15 Kings Rules. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Smooth Lux. We all know that the king is the superior personality in a nation, but what are their rules? Let's dive into the video to know the 15 rules of the king. First is younger kings get their heads cut off. Now you might wonder, what does it mean? Cutting heads off? Well, it is a phrase indicating younger kings can ascend to the throne quickly and surely get the crown seeing the opportunity. Next is to live by the principles they wish to be followed in their lands. Now there's something exciting. So by this rule, a king can live by the principle he wishes to be followed in his land or his people. It is evident that people always judge others as per their actions instead of their intentions. Well, whatever they do, they can set the standard for how others should behave, and at last practice what you preach. A wise king will surely pass on his teaching to his people and successors, and will always be remembered by the population for the principles that he used to rule. Only the king knows the weight of the crown. Power and status are the burden to carry, and the king is the one who knows the burden or responsibility of his power, decisions that can eventually do good for the kingdom. They know how it is to be the king, as other people will see the crown as the sparkle, robes, castle, and gold shine. But none will see how many sacrifices and tough decisions are debt under that crown. That's why only the king knows who he is and what the crown is. Too little castles, too many kings. There is a saying that when there are too many kings, there are too few castles. It is similar to the phrase saying too many pharaohs with too few pyramids. Well, that doesn't matter. Like if you haven't built any kingdom, then you cannot proclaim yourself as king. So, be careful, as so many of them proclaim themselves as kings, but remember that one kingdom cannot endure two kings. Never interrupt your opponent when he is committing a mistake. Various kingdoms fail to survive, and that's all because of the decision of their kings. A king should always mind their own business and let other people run their path. They should play and live with their strategy in mind. A queen needs a kingdom, not a king to be a queen. Well, a king never needs someone to validate them, as all they need is their achievements. Indeed, a powerful couple, including both the king and a queen, makes the ruling more reliable, intense, and bearable, leading the dynasty to last longer, but is not always required for the throne. So, a king should build their kingdom for them without seeking someone's permission to do the same. Whoever controls the king controls the kingdom. It is said that the one by whom the king is controlled is the one who controls the kingdom. It is not that they will be the king, but they indeed are the ones whose instructions the king will follow. Being a king is not about the status of being so, but it is about power and control. The ones who can exercise their power freely are more successful than that caged king. If you desire your voice to be heard by the king, you need to let your voice matter. Who silence the king, or let the king rule the kingdom. A king is a king even when he isn't wearing his crown. It is so sure that a king will always be the king, with or without his crown. There is no doubt about this. It's because a king is not made by the crown or his attire, but by his belief and power. When they master people's beliefs, they will master reality. One can't be a king if they cannot rule themselves. That not only implies for the king but the commoner as well. After all, what a king is without the kingdom, and how can he rule if he cannot rule himself? To ascend the throne, they need to master themselves, their decision-making ability, actions, and all that is related to their kingdom. Come, see, conquer, move on. Life is a race, and one needs to analyze the situation and move on to the next phase. That is how to move forward in life, and too many kings desire kingdoms without the willingness to go into battle. And that's not what it means to be a king. Their ability to lead is the competitive advantage. A king should never be afraid of his enemies as he is fighting for his kingdom. He should behave like a lion, the one who is free and leads his team to victory. And if there is no team, he gains the victory. Every king has his own army. A king without an army is not a king but a civilian waiting for a king to take his treasure. A king must have an army to protect him and his kingdom. Keep friends within reach, but no closer. They should keep their distance from their friends, as they never know who their enemy is. They should maintain good relations, so that when in need, they will help. The one-eyed man is the king in a blind nation. The one who has some strategy or advantage is the king among those who have nothing or bling. There are two forces in the world, the spirit and the sword. The sword will always help a king conquer, but the spirit is the thing by which he can control others. It is emotion, and it will get you in for the sword, but will not let you survive long term. So, they should balance both in their life. These were the 15 rules of kings. Let us know your views in the comments.